I'm sure often you get described as just a country music artist, but how do you tend to describe the music you make?
I describe it as a little bit of country faith. It kind of has the elements of both country music and some of Christian music. So it's kind of seamlessly blended together in a way. So I like to describe it as that.
Who are some of the musical influences you had when you were growing up?
So some of the musical influences I had, Bon Jovi, Kenny Chesney, Jake Owen, kind of like sort of a mix of like classic rock and country, honestly. I grew up
It
on all that
sounds.
stuff.
I like this new song you have out right now. It's Road I Want to Ride. What inspired this?
It kind of like how I was living and how I'm living now. It's kind of like the end of a era and the start of a brand new me per se. So that was kind of what I wanted to write about, what I wanted to start writing about. So that was kind of the first song we came up with, and it just felt right to put out. So that was kind of a little bit of what that's about.
What kind of fan response have you been receiving to the song so far?
So far, it's been kind of overwhelming, honestly. I didn't know what to expect for such like a new type of aim at the type of music I'm putting out. Because before I was singing about fake IDs and just like party and all that. Now I'm just singing about like a whole new kind of mature me. So I'm very surprised, but also like grateful for the response that it's gotten.
Is there a full video in the works or something that you guys are working on next already?
There may potentially be a video later this year for that song, but there's also a lot more music coming that's in the works and kind of almost done now. So just somewhat towards summertime, expect a little bit of a larger project, but something I
Mhm.
can announce is March 8th, I have my next single coming out.
Oh, nice. Are you able to tease the title or not yet?
Yeah, it's called Can I Get an Amen? It'll be out March 8th, like I just said. And yeah, been, I've kind of been teasing it on social media a little bit. So you could hear sneak peeks of the song if you follow me on any platform whatsoever.
What's your songwriting process? Do you have a way that you tend to write, whereas you come up with lyrics and then you find music to accompany it? Or is it the other way around? Like a song will find you with a little bit of music here, and then you're like, okay, let me craft something around it.
It is totally different every time. Sometimes it'll just start from me having a title in my phone. Sometimes it'll be off of
Hmm.
like something I went through that day or that week or month prior. Sometimes it'll even be a friend of mine coming into the room with an idea and it just happens to fit what I've been going through as well. And we just kind of open it up and write more about it. So there's like, I feel like there's a million different ways that a song could come about. And it's
Sure.
just what happens that particular day in the room.
How much are you involved in when it comes to the production side of the music you make? Or do you tend to have people you trust with crafting a little bit here and sort of tweaking more bass here or more piano there?
So I have a producer I've been working with for a few years, and I feel like we're on such a good level where almost our minds are linked. He knows what I like, and I trust him fully with whatever. So I'll send him a voice memo of just like me singing a song with an acoustic guitar, and he'll turn it into like what you hear when it's radio ready. But in
Okay.
between, I'll be like saying stuff that I think should be tweaked, whether it's like I think the vocals should stick out a little more. I think this piano part should not be there, or maybe it should sound like this, or some levels need to be adjusted. But overall, my producer Lucas is just killing it, I think.
You teased a new single coming out in the near future. Have you been working on an EP or maybe a full album as well?
uh, yeah, I think this the second option's closer to
Hmm.
what we're working on, a little more than an EP. So yeah,
Okay. So you've been
expect.
steady working in the studio.
Yeah, for the past, I want to say since June is when I started the recording process and
Wow.
just kind of hammering at it little by little, all the way up until last month.
Who are some artists that you really look to that you might want to collaborate with someday?
The artists that I want to collaborate with, honestly, I'm just like huge fans of, which would be Kenny Chesney or Jake Owen or Ann Wilson, even Bon Jovi. Like I think that would be a dream
Oh
collab
yeah,
right
I think
there.
that would be a great mixture for you, especially because they have this biography here shortly on John Bon Jovi coming to our screen. So it'd be a great way to coincide. I'll see if I can get you and John in the studio in the near future.
My mom would freak
Can
out.
I? Who are you listening to then these days?
Oh, that's a good one. I feel like it changes so much. So recently, a lot of Ann Wilson. I listened to my friend's songs, so Holden Barter and Eli Gable are some upcoming artists. And also, the last
Yeah.
few days, I've been on a Frank Sinatra kick. So I've been listening to like a lot of Frank Sinatra just driving around. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I just belong in New York City when I'm listening to that for some reason, eating Italian food.
As someone who's an upcoming artist yourself, what advice would you give to other artists that are trying to make it in the music industry?
Consistency, just show up and keep showing up and do the work and just, yeah. I feel like it's pretty simple and straightforward. Just keep going, keep your eyes up above, just keep on hammering at it.
What can fans expect from a live Michael James performance?
A lot of energy, a lot of positive, good vibes, and just I think just one heck of a show. I like to entertain, so I want to give the fans something that they can remember and cherish for a lifetime.
Definitely what somebody wants when they attend a concert. These are memories they're gonna want to have for a lifetime. Oh, remember when I saw Michael James and he did this and he was acoustic here and it was just exceptional. Those are things that you want to have as a memory and inspire others when they're like, "Oh, I saw Michael James and now I want to play guitar." And so, like those are great memories to totally craft around a live performance for yourself as well.
100%. Just spark something. A little kid, maybe he or she wants to go and play music one day and just, yeah.
What are some songs you enjoy playing live, either your own or ones that you tend to cover?
Hmm. That's a good question. I like to I like to play all the new stuff. I like testing out songs that aren't out yet. So I think like
Ah,
the newer songs that like aren't out yet, I love testing those and seeing how those do. But cover wise, I love Boys Round Here. I always put that song in my set of Blake Shelton. That's just I think it gets everybody singing along. I feel like everybody knows that song.
what would you like to say then to everyone who are fans and supporters of the incredible music that you keep making?
I want to say thank you for your support. I feel blessed to have you guys alongside on this journey and just be on the lookout for a lot more music to come. You guys are the reason that I keep putting this out and that I'm keeping doing this.